Hello guys, so welcome to Educational Codeforces round 168 division 2. This is the third question, C even positions. So basically monocarp has a regular bracket sequence. It means normal bracket sequence valid which is of length and n is even. Why? Because like every bracket has to open and then close for the validity. So of course n cannot be odd. It is always gonna be even. He even came up with his own way to calculate its cost base. So basically he is calculating the cost of that bracket. So RBS, yeah. So basically let's look at RBS. It has three pair of brackets. This one. So this is the first one. Yep, this one. So it is at index, if we'll consider one based indexing, then it is at index 1 and then 4, right, the ending one. So the cost for this bracket is going to be 4 minus 1 3. Then for this bracket it's going to be this bracket it's going to be 3 minus 2, that is 1. Then for this bracket it is going to be 6 minus 5, that is again 1. And then we'll add the cost, that would be 3 plus 1 plus 1, which would be equals to 5. Okay, so how can we calculate the cost? So for the cost calculation, we can, for zero based indexing, just just add at whatever index the bracket is closing. It means add plus 3 plus 4 and then like plus 4 and then plus 6, right? Then minus or subtract at the index wherever the bracket is opening in the one based indexing. So basically minus 1, minus 2 and then minus 5, right? So this is how we can calculate the sum. So yeah, so for this one, so basically monocarp has forgotten, because of some data corruption, he lost some characters on his RBS and only characters on the even positions are remaining. So now this is turned to this. Of course, if the even positions are lost, of course the first one would be lost, and then like this is 0, so of course this will be lost, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, right? So since the restored RBS can be anything, right, we can put any of that. So we have to choose with the minimum cost, and it is too hard to do for, yeah, so basically that is the thing which we have to do. So this is a question, and let's take this one only. Yeah, let's take this one. Okay, now if we'll think about this input, then it is gonna be for sure, for pakka sure, that in the starting one there would be an opening bracket, right? And in the last, of course, there is always gonna be a closing bracket. So now what you have to test is the between brackets, basically, right? So these brackets you have to find out. We know about this one and this one, so that is what I have done in the answer also. This is not the same answer. So I have already taken this one as, let's calculate the sum. So I know always that at the 0th index there would be an opening bracket, so the sum would always be like start from minus 1. I don't know about the next, I know, yeah, I'll be given about the next one. Why? Because it is an odd number. So I know that there is a how to minimize the cost of a bracket. So the easier way, Acha, you think about this. This is one type of bracket, okay, and there is another, this one and then this one, which is of less cost. Of course this one, the second one. Why? Because this one 1 2 3 4, so 4 minus 3 plus 2 minus 1, so it's gonna be 2, right? And for this one, 4 plus 3 minus 2 minus 1. So this has like the maximum cost, this is the minimum cost, so it is better to close a bracket and like to open a bracket and just close it at that position only, or at the next position. Basically it's better to close it as soon as possible. So that is what I have done. I have taken a count which will keep the record of how many brackets are open, and whenever we get a way to close a bracket, we are gonna close it, and we'll keep the cost of that also. And yeah, that is answer basically. So let's take this example. So we know that this is gonna be an opening bracket. Now we know I'll keep the count. Like this is first is the opening bracket, so count is 1. Okay, now for the next opening bracket, if there is an opening bracket, we have increased the count, and if there is a closing bracket, we have decreased the count. And it is gonna be for sure, if it is a valid RBS, the count cannot be less than 0. So whenever the count is 0, it means all the brackets which have been opened before has been closed, so we can start a new bracket. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'll start a new bracket, and yeah, not for absolutely this, but you can start the opening bracket for this one, right? This. If we will consider this, so first of all this will come, then there would be this, right? And we know like at this point the count would be 0, so we can start a bracket right here, right? And that is how we can and then again the count would be 0 here, then we can again open a bracket here, and we can again open a bracket here. So that is what we are gonna do, what I have also done. And if there is a closing bracket, then I have subtracted the count, and like if there is if the count of if the count is greater than 0, it means there is already an open bracket before that index, so we are gonna close it. And I have closed it here. I have calculated the sum and then printed out the sum. That's it. Thank you guys.